Hi, this is Everett, producer of The Scalpel with Dr. Keith Rose. If you've been following us for a while, then you know that recent events have made things quite busy. So Dr. Rose is not joining us today, but you can catch him tonight on TV. And tonight is September 10th, 2021. He'll be joining the Tucker Carlson Show on Fox News with guest host Laura Logan at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. What we are bringing you today is something that I hope you'll find helpful as we turn the page on yet another year. The anniversary of a day that we all so wish was a day like any other day, but September 11th, 2001 was not. And as each year adds distance from that day, we find ourselves farther away, not only from the tragedies that occurred, losses that were so painful for the families of firefighters, police, and citizens, but we're further away from the meaning. But as the gravity of the events of that one day set in, this country that we call the United States of America became just that. We were united. For the generation who lived through the 9/11 attack, that day came to mean something. And we have a responsibility to carry that torch. It's our job to help future generations, our kids, understand the meaning of that day, what happened and why, and to protect our nation and the rest of the world from allowing something like that to ever happen again. We have to be vigilant and respond to that call that we heard shortly after the attacks, and that call seems to have become so faint. You know the call. Never forget. This is a call that means so much and so many things. We should never forget the shock and fear as we saw airplanes crash into towers and towers fall. We should never forget the disbelief, the anger and the sadness, the uncertainty for the future. We should never forget that restless feeling to be helpful and kind to strangers, and the patriotism for a nation that was wounded but stronger than before. And then there was unity between people who were in complete disagreement about so many things. And in almost an instant, in a day, those people became people we cared about and loved. So when you hear that call, never forget. The only thing you need to do is remember.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about.
Move it! Come on! Everything just all of a sudden just imploded. I ran as fast as I could, went inside of a building about a block away. I stood in the building for a couple of seconds.
It's quite terrifying. I'm in shock right now. I came out of the subway at Bowling Green. I was heading to work.
Do you know if there were many people in the building?
Oh, another one just hit. Something else just hit.
The Federal Aviation Administration is shutting down all airport airline takeoffs.
And I actually saw people waving where the first plane crashed through, and then it was unbelievable seeing the second jet come crashing into the second tower. What is going on?
What did you see? What did you hear?
It felt like another plane coming. Everybody took cover.
There was an airplane actually going into the World Trade Center, and flames were coming out, and smoke was just billowing in the air.
Just another early morning as the sun began to rise, like a million other mornings just the same. The people of the town began their ordinary lives, unsuspecting of a world about to change. This was not just any other day.
Today we've had a national tragedy.
No.
A moment ago, police officers ran up to us and told us there is a plane that has been hijacked. It is 20 minutes south of Washington and is headed this way.
Not just any other day.
He and others were going to take back the airplane, and he said, you know, Dina, I think we can do it. It's up to us.
I saw plane engulfed the whole upper portion, and then we saw the people jumping. We saw what we thought was debris. We realized it was people jumping.
You are looking at the pictures of Lower Manhattan, where the World Trade Center is gone.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
It's not just any other day.
Is when American suffers and when people perpetrate acts against this country. We, as a Congress and as a government, stand united. We are here to declare that our resolve has not been weakened by these horrific and cowardly acts, and our fervent prayers are with the injured and the families of those who have been lost.